This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's roundup. We have a packed episode covering everything from festival surprises to high-stakes celebrity legal battles. Let's get right into the headlines making waves across the globe today.
Billie Eilish cries after a surprise Coachella stage moment.
Sydney Sweeney faces backlash over her new provocative role.
Taylor Swift is on edge, following wedding detail leaks.
Justin Bieber brings out major stars for Coachella weekend.
Strictly Come Dancing bosses scramble to find new hosts.
Dylan Sprouse tackles an intruder at his Hollywood home.
Charlize Theron recounts a terrifying night from her childhood.
Katy Perry's legal drama impacts her relationship with Trudeau.
First, the desert emotions. Billie Eilish is still reeling from an incredibly emotional Saturday night at Coachella. During Justin Bieber's headline slot for the festival's second weekend, he surprised the crowd by bringing Billie up on stage during his performance of One Less Lonely Girl. This wasn't just any guest appearance. It was a massive full-circle moment for Billie, who has been a vocal superfan of Bieber since she was a child. Her mother, Maggie Baird, shared that the family once even considered therapy for Billie because her childhood obsession with Justin was so intense. Seeing her daughter being serenaded by her idol brought Maggie to tears as well. Billie later posted a selfie on Instagram, admitting she simply cannot stop crying after the experience. It was a beautiful nod to their very first meeting at the same festival, back in 2019.
The logistics of the moment were actually quite sweet. As it turns out, Justin's wife, Hailey Bieber, was the one who pushed Billie onto the stage. Billie had been watching the set with Hailey when the moment arrived. Maggie Baird's social media post was particularly touching, as she thanked both Justin and Hailey for their kindness and for making her daughter's dream come true. She noted that as parents, you watch your children form these deep connections to artists, and usually there is nothing you can do to help them realize those dreams. For Billie, who grew up with posters of Justin covering her bedroom walls, this was the ultimate validation. Hailey even commented on the post. It really highlights the genuine bond that has formed between these two superstars over the last few years.
Now to television controversy. Sydney Sweeney is finding herself at the center of a heated online debate following her return to the hit series Euphoria. While fans were excited for the third season, her character Cassie Howard's new storyline has sparked significant backlash. In the new episodes, Cassie becomes an OnlyFans content creator, leading to several highly provocative scenes, including one where she is dressed in a skimpy puppy costume. Critics on social media are accusing Sweeney of sexualizing herself at every opportunity, which some find hypocritical given her past comments. In previous interviews, Sweeney has lamented being pigeonholed and sexualized by the industry, noting that she often feels dehumanized by the constant scrutiny of her body. This new role has led some viewers to question if she is leaning into the very tropes she claimed to find frustrating and limiting for her career growth.
Sweeney has defended her choices in the past, arguing that there is a double standard for women who perform nude or sexual scenes compared to men. She previously told The Independent that while men receive awards for such roles, women are often judged differently. She expressed frustration that her acclaimed work in shows like The White Lotus and The Handmaid's Tale was sometimes overshadowed by the attention on her physical appearance in Euphoria. Despite her pride in her performance, the online commentary remains relentless. She told Variety earlier this year that she tries not to allow herself to have a reaction to the online noise, but it is clearly a struggle. The tension between her desire to be taken seriously as a dramatic actress and the nature of the roles that brought her fame continues to be a major talking point for her audience.
Next, a wedding leak. Taylor Swift is reportedly feeling very much on edge after sensitive details regarding her upcoming wedding to Travis Kelce were leaked to the public. The couple, who confirmed their engagement last August, had been trying to keep their plans under wraps to avoid a massive media circus. However, reports have surfaced suggesting a July 3rd wedding date in New York City. This leak is particularly stressful because the timeline is incredibly tight, fitting right into the narrow window before Travis has to report for the Kansas City Chiefs preseason training. An insider claims that Taylor is fiercely protective of her private life, and seeing these details exposed has deeply unsettled her. She is known for being meticulous with her planning, and this breach of privacy has reportedly prompted serious conversations about whether they need to completely rethink their approach to the ceremony to regain control.
The pressure of planning a wedding of this magnitude under the global spotlight is clearly taking a toll. Sources say the situation has reached a point where it is disrupting Taylor's sleep and overall sense of calm. While she is fully supportive of Travis's NFL commitments, the rigid schedule of the football season leaves them with very little room to maneuver if they decide to change the date or venue. The fear is that the day will turn into the exact kind of media frenzy she has spent her entire career trying to avoid. It is a difficult balancing act for the pair, as they want to celebrate their love with friends and family while maintaining some semblance of normalcy. For now, the couple is forced to navigate these logistical challenges and emotional stressors while the world watches their every move with intense curiosity.
Back to the desert. Justin Bieber's second weekend at Coachella was a star-studded affair that significantly raised the energy from his first weekend performance. While his initial set was more laid back, featuring him watching his own old music videos on stage, this time he brought out a heavy-hitting lineup of guests. In addition to the emotional moment with Billie Eilish, Bieber also welcomed SZA to the stage to perform their hit duet, Snooze. This performance replaced the segment where he previously sang Beauty and a Beat, and the crowd's reaction was overwhelmingly positive. It seems Justin wanted to provide a more dynamic experience for the second weekend fans, leaning into collaborations that highlight his current place in the music industry. The atmosphere in India was electric, as these major artists shared the stage, proving that Bieber still has the pull to create massive festival moments.
Another standout moment from the set involved Big Sean, who joined Justin on stage and shared some incredibly heartfelt words. Big Sean took a moment to publicly thank Justin for his dedication to the craft, telling him that he has given his whole life to music and has taught a generation to believe in themselves. It was a rare, vulnerable moment of mutual respect between two industry veterans. These guest appearances, including Sexy Red, turned the headline slot into a celebration of contemporary pop and hip-hop. For fans, it was a reminder of Justin's extensive network and his ability to curate a show that feels both personal and grand. The Weekend 2 performance will likely be remembered as one of the highlights of this year's festival circuit, especially given the genuine emotions displayed by everyone involved on that stage.
Now, a casting race. The BBC is reportedly in a scramble as they struggle to secure new hosts for the upcoming series of Strictly Come Dancing. With only 5 months to go before the 24th series kicks off, the pressure is mounting to find replacements for the iconic duo of Claudia Winkleman and Tess Daly. Usually, this time of year is filled with rumors about celebrity contestants, but all the focus is currently on the vacant presenter roles. A shortlist of 9 stars has been finalized, and they are set to undergo intense dress rehearsals this week at a top-secret location in London. These auditions are not just about reading a teleprompter. They are chemistry tests designed to see how different pairings work together. The BBC is desperate to bring a fresh, fun energy to the show after the departure of hosts who were with the program for over 2 decades.
The shortlist includes some very familiar faces, such as Rylan Clark, Emma Willis, and Alison Hammond. Other names in the mix are Tom Allen, Angela Scanlon, and Alex Jones, along with Bradley Walsh and Zoe Ball. Even RuPaul's Drag Race star Lavoie is reportedly in the running. All participants have been forced to sign strict NDAs to keep the process under wraps. A source mentioned that humor and chemistry are the most critical factors the bosses are looking for. They want to ensure the new hosts can maintain the show's massive popularity while navigating the live broadcast's demands. It is a high-stakes situation for the network, as Strictly is one of their flagship programs. The final decision is expected soon, as the production timeline is becoming increasingly tight for the autumn launch.
Next, a home hero. Dylan Sprouse was forced into action this past weekend to protect his home and his wife, Barbara Palvin. Early Friday morning, an intruder allegedly attempted to burglarize their Hollywood Hills residence. According to reports, Dylan physically tackled and overpowered the trespasser near the front gate of the property. While Dylan held the man down, Barbara quickly called the police. It was a terrifying situation that occurred around 12:30 a.m., and sources say the couple was understandably shaken by the event. Interestingly, it was revealed that Dylan initially drew a firearm during the confrontation, but reholstered it before the physical struggle began. He managed to restrain the individual until officers arrived on the scene. Fortunately, no one was injured during the incident, but the bravery shown by the Sweet Life alum has been widely praised by fans and neighbors alike.
When the police arrived, they noted that the incident appeared more like trespassing than a standard burglary, but Dylan and Barbara were adamant about pressing charges. The suspect was ultimately arrested and booked, not just for this incident, but for other outstanding warrants as well. Footage from the scene showed the suspect in handcuffs near a clearly posted private property sign. This incident highlights the ongoing security concerns for celebrities living in the Hollywood Hills, where trespassing has become a recurring issue. For Dylan and Barbara, the priority was their safety and the security of their home. While they are safe now, the emotional toll of such a violation of privacy is significant. It is a stark reminder of the lengths some stars have to go to in order to protect their personal space from unwanted and potentially dangerous.
Now, a tragic reflection. Charlize Theron has opened up in a deeply personal interview about the most traumatic night of her life. Speaking with the New York Times, the Oscar winner recounted the 1991 night when her mother, Gerda, shot and killed her father in self-defense. Charlize described her father as a deeply abusive man who had spiraled into a violent rage that evening. He had threatened both Charlize and her mother, eventually shooting through a steel door to get into the house, while shouting that he was going to kill them. Charlize, who was only 15 at the time, recalled the terrifying anticipation of his arrival, knowing from the way he drove into the driveway that something terrible was about to happen. She shared these details to help others in abusive situations feel less alone, noting that for a long time, she thought they were the only family suffering like this.
The actress detailed how her mother acted instinctively to save their lives. After her father fired his weapon into the house, Gerda retrieved her own handgun and shot him to end the threat. The authorities ultimately ruled the shooting as justifiable self-defense, and no charges were ever filed against her mother. Charlize reflected on how this event shaped her and her perspective on survival. She admitted that she is no longer haunted by the events in the same way she once was, but the memories remain vivid. By speaking out, she hopes to break the stigma surrounding domestic violence and the extreme measures sometimes necessary for survival. It is a harrowing story of a dark past that stands in stark contrast to the successful life she has built since leaving South Africa. Her bravery in sharing such a painful chapter continues to resonate with many.
Finally, a political complication. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are reportedly facing their first major relationship hurdle following serious allegations against the singer. Actress Ruby Rose has accused Perry of graphic sexual misconduct and assault dating back to an incident at a Melbourne nightclub years ago. Rose claimed in a social media post that Perry behaved inappropriately toward her, leading to a police report being filed in Australia. This controversy is putting Trudeau in an incredibly awkward position, given his public image as a pro-woman leader who has championed gender equality throughout his political career. Sources say the couple has been very happy over the past few months, but these allegations are now casting a shadow over their relationship. The contrast between Trudeau's political brand and the nature of the accusations against Perry is creating a significant PR challenge for the former Canadian Prime Minister.
The situation is further complicated by Trudeau's own past, including a 2018 incident where he was accused of groping a reporter in 2000. While he apologized and denied any inappropriate intent at the time, the current situation with Perry brings those conversations back to the surface. Insiders suggest that fame is a double-edged sword, and people are often quick to use it against those in the spotlight. As the Australian police investigation continues, the pressure on the couple is likely to increase. It remains to be seen how they will navigate this legal and social minefield together. For Trudeau, who has built a career on social justice issues, the association with such a high-profile investigation is far from ideal. The public is watching closely to see how both parties respond as more details emerge from the ongoing investigation into the claims made by Ruby Rose.
That wraps up our briefing for today. Thank you for joining us for this look at the latest stories. We will be back tomorrow with another update on everything you need to know.